what is it like coming into season 2? You know, you weren't from season 1, so how is it just kind of jumping into things, taking over someone else's initial show?
Well, it's really great fun. Brian McGreevy did such a beautiful job setting such an elegant table with his novel, and then last season, that I'm just a really lucky guy to show up at a party already in full swing and you know, get to dance with a lampshade on my head. It's pretty cool.
And this is definitely a familiar genre for you. What's it like working with the Netflix model?
Well, the Netflix model is great. It's hugely liberating. I think, you know, it takes its inspiration from the way we were all watching TV, waiting until the season was over, because who's home at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night and waiting for the box set to come out. So this is just like getting to look at the whole box set, you know, as the show drops all at once. It just means you're dealing with an extremely literate audience, people that are showing up to watch your show. You don't have to worry whether they saw last week's episode. You don't have to worry that they're going to get up during the commercial and go, you know, make a ham sandwich and not come back. So it just means that we don't have to do a lot of stunting and a lot of artificiality to try to keep people in front of the TV set. People are there because they want to be there, and that's great.
And it's my understanding that you guys really used most of the context from the novel for the first season. So what was it like coming into second season, kind of just refreshing the material and like keeping the story alive longer? Just kind of, you got to create a lot more and use a lot more creative elements, correct?
Well, you know, I've kept myself sort of willfully ignorant of the novel. I've not read Brian's novel. Apologies, Brian. But I look forward to reading it after I'm done with the show. For me, I'm just reacting to the characters in that world and following the logic that is implied by, you know, what's happening to those characters. You know, the same thing happened with Dexter. When I came onto that show, they had used up the stuff in the novel, and there was this sort of general panic in the executive wing of the show. Oh my God, we're out of story. What are we going to do? What stories are we going to tell? And it's like, well, you know, you make stuff up. You know, we're storytellers. That's what we do. So for me, it was just taking my cue from, you know, a wonderful character like Olivia, and then her boyfriend Norman, who she's been with for 20 years, and he doesn't seem to know anything about, you know, that she's a new peer and she drinks blood, and
That's
she,
very
you know. So what happens when, or if, I don't want to give anything away. What happens when, you know, this is your girlfriend and she's doing all of this stuff, and at some point that has to kind of impinge on his world.
Yeah.
So really, that's how we approach story.